Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Pre-Match Posh. Today we are discussing Lincoln at home on Saturday, the 7th of October. We're doing Pre-Match Posh a bit differently today. Me and Tobber are doing half of the Lincoln preview, and Charlie and Caden are doing the other half.
Obviously, this weekend's game, I'm not going to call it a local derby. It's certainly a rivalry, though, between Posh and Lincoln. There's a little bit more in the games. It's a good atmosphere. I remember Lincoln away last season being one of my favourites of all times as far as away games go. It was brilliant. I wonder with this group of players, we saw a disappointing sort of failure to rise to the challenge at Sixfields earlier this season, Northampton away, where they were beaten. Do you reckon the occasion will help these players, or do you reckon it could cause them to collapse?
It depends how many Lincoln bring and how much noise they make. And, the pressure may get to them and we might crumble, which I really hope doesn't happen. I hope Fergie doesn't portray it as this big derby, because it's not a derby. It's a rivalry. I think it's our third biggest rivals. The two derbies are Cambridge and Cobblers. It can be a big occasion, but yeah, I'd say it's a rivalry.
Yeah, and it's more, just because Lincoln and Posh fans don't really like each other. You think about the 3-3 that got us promoted. That's not helped with the whole situation.
Peterborough are struggling to get points when they go 1-0 up. And it's hard for us to watch our team and enjoy them when they're winning. Obviously, teams clearly know this. We saw that we went 1-0 up and Carlisle sort of kicked on. Do you think we could see that same sort of boost that Carlisle had at the back end of the game if we go 1-0 up against Lincoln?
See, if we go 1-0 up, I've said this before, I don't think we win. There's always back in my mind that saying we do win, we do kick on. But it's always the last 15 minutes we put 11 men behind the ball, holding on to a 1-0 lead. It just never works, does it?
Ethan Hamilton being their top goal scorer. It could be Roach when we go 1-0 up. Look, got all the points that we got from winning positions. We'd be 8 points clear at the top of the table.
Difference between promotion and not this season.
And look, if Lincoln do get that boost, I think we could be in trouble. But Lincoln aren't on the best run of form. We're still unbeaten. Although we did drop the 2 points, we are still unbeaten. We do still have the form advantage, at least, going into this game. So hopefully we don't lose all composure.
They went on a losing streak, really, really poor form. Then they played Cheltenham, but you can't really base anything off Cheltenham because they haven't scored a goal yet this season. But they beat Cheltenham 2-0. But that's literally the only game they won in about 9-10, I want to say. So
cool. Okay. So looking positive then, results wise.
We're missing Cipriano on Tuesday night. He can come back. It'll be interesting to hear, where do you think the selection issues are and who you're going to pick in what position?
Well, for a while, I've wanted us to play the back five. I think Burrows is much better at left wing back than left back because he's less reliant. I've said that sentence so many times. Just come on, Fergie, play a back five. I know it's Lincoln, but it's more. I think it's more attacking. If anything, we can have 3 centre backs, then we can have Kioso, driving up that right side, and same with Burrows on the left side.
Yeah, I guess my only problem with the back five is, where do you put everyone positionally? Because obviously you're going to then, what formation in front of the five, what are you doing?
Well, that's probably one less attacker or midfielder, which I don't think is too much of an issue, because I think Burrows and Kioso are very good going forward, and they'll definitely help attacking wise.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I'd like to see something different tried. I personally think we'll go for the 4-2-3-1. I think, as usual, it'll be Bilikapic in goal. I think it'll be Burrows at left back, the 2 usual culprits, Ronnie and Knight at centre back, with Kioso at right back. It'll be Cipriano and Collins. Randall will start in the 10. He impressed me when he came on Tuesday. And then it'll be Mason Clark on the left, Poku on the right, and Clark Harris up top. And I don't see him picking any team different to that. On paper, it's a very strong team, so can't really complain.
The final point I've got for this evening, the Imps are bringing 1,100 fans, I believe, as last recorded, out of the 2,200 that they had originally been allocated by Posh. Is this a good away following, considering I don't think it's that difficult of a journey? Could we see them be the 12th man in the Desco on Saturday?
It all depends who scores first for me on Saturday. That if Lincoln get the goal first, then yeah, they could be the 12th man. Like we saw when we beat them 4-0, their fans, even then, were still singing. You know what I mean? So if they were 1-0 up, it's going to be even louder. I do think it's an all right away for Holland, to be honest. I think if we took 1.1k to Lincoln, we were like, yeah, fair enough. That's quite good for us. So I don't think we can be.
Yeah, and also I think we've seen, as we've discussed before, about them being on an awful streak apart from beating Cheltenham. To bring 1,100 on that awful streak for a club that I wouldn't say is huge, I think that's a really good feat to bring. So fair play to the Imps. We've discussed the threat, the biggest one being Ethan Hamilton. A bit of background there. Will it hurt if he scores the goal? Or
I don't care about Ethan Hamilton. To be honest, it would have the same impact as any other Lincoln player. Like, I just don't care for him.
Right, so we'll finish it off. I know the predictions have been very pessimistic recently. Can you provide a bit more optimism this week?
Always optimistic. I very rarely predict a loss. I think I might have predicted a loss for Bolton, and that was it. I'll go with my usual 2-0 to Posh. Goal scorer. I never get the goal scorer right. This time I'll go with Kyoso, his first goal scorer.
Interesting shout. I'm usually optimistic as well. And I'm going to go for 4-0 Posh. I think Posh are just going to, you know what, they need to bounce back. They'll have a little bee in their bonnet, and I think we'll batter them. I think Cipriani will score the first goal because he'll be fresh, he'll be hungry.
We've not won with a high scoreline in quite a while.
I mean, we beat Cheltenham 3-0, but that was
that's Cheltenham.
They had
9 men.
Yeah.
Right, so I know I've been very negative, but I do think we'll win tomorrow. I do. I think we win 3-0. Jono, first goal scorer. Back him. I want him to do well. Back him. 3-0 Posh.
I'm going to go with 4-1. 4-1.
You got from negative to straight to 4-1.
4-1 Posh win. And I know it's going to get clipped up when we lose 2-0, but 4-1 Posh win. And I do like the idea of a Kwame Poku redemption arc, especially from his mistake that he made at Carlisle.
Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below what your score prediction is going to be and whether you're going to be at the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Up the Posh.
Up the Posh.